And we're going to need a little bit of a recap. It's been a couple weeks and we stopped right in the middle of some serious action. Oh, I'm going to put you guys, any of you guys there in the chat, I'm going to enter a link to this thing that I'm using. You don't actually have to, this is an app called Owlbear Rodeo, which I've been using for one of my other online games. And it's like a game map that you can all log into and kind of manipulate on your end, move stuff around, but you don't have to do that because I will be sharing my screen. But if you wanted the option to kind of open that up in your browser and check it out.
You want to put the password in the chat?
Yeah.
At first, when you were talking about chat, I thought you were talking about YouTube. You know, hi YouTube.
Oh, right.
Make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell.
Yeah.
Like and comment.
Like and comment. I can't imagine that being a part of my. Who I shouldn't speak too soon. Maybe one day that'll be part of my life, but I can't imagine having to play that game. Good God.
Oh wow, Jason, good job.
Yeah, so I will share a screen on my end so everybody can see that. All right.
Whoa.
So here we have our field of action. And all these little tokens are movable, which is the nice thing about it. They can all be moved around. Can you guys all see that?
I can see it. I can't quite read the names, but I kind of know where everybody is already, so it's okay.
Does that help if it's a little zoomed in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is night. It is raining. It is dark. In fact, there's no that other campsite nearby where the that other kind of wagon group. There's maybe a little. You can see the fire in that direction, but it's not particularly bright through the rain, so it's pretty dark. It's you guys and a bunch of villagers storming this camp here. On the left, to the east here, we have Taimi's group, Taimi and Anika, who have overtaken one word keeper and have just collided with the second one in between them and in the main wagon. In the middle, Paiviki has leading part of her squad and just used Weave of Force to send out a shockwave that knocked down the three Valkoinen, the three kind of heavily armored guards that were right near the wagon there. And off to the west is the other squad, which you can't actually see them, but they're, you can hear the sounds of battle as they're engaging the word keepers over that way. So the word keepers are the little shield icons, and the Valkoinen, the kind of armored guys, are these helmets. The four of them kind of gathered around the wagon, and three of them are now on the ground in the mud. Meanwhile, the big swords down below represent the big group of the other teams, of Asari and Varpu's teams, who are, you can just kind of hear them shouting and yelling in the darkness, but you can't see them. You just know that they're off to the south as they're sort of executing their assault. And in the wagon itself, Muirin is wrestling with the hand. Muirin has dropped her short sword, been sort of forced to drop her short sword. Even though he made a roll to resist the hand's voice and then got a 10 and managed to hold on to her short sword in the midst of struggling with him, dropped it. So now Muirin is basically hand to hand, bare hand to bare hand, with one hand clapped over his mouth, struggling in the middle of this wagon covered by a big white canvas tent. And the wagon is sort of subdivided by a curtain, and you are just on the, actually, I would move these guys a little bit this way. You're sort of more on that side of the wagon. And it is lit by a candle. So Weirin can actually sort of see what's, even if that candle wasn't there, actually you'd be able to see because you got those elf eyes. So that's the moment. Anybody have anything to add? Anything that I'm not remembering? I have notes here that Taimi has +1 armor until incapacitated because of.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Of No Guts, No Glory. And 1, you still got +4 to your squads because they max, the +1 forward is still available to them. Because in their assault on the Word Keepers, they hit the limit of +4 and didn't need to use it yet.
Is that the case with my squad too? I can't remember.
Your squad, yes.
Hey, Jason, how do you zoom in on Owlbear Rodeo?
I just use my mouse wheel. Do you have a?
No.
You don't have a. Let me see.
Oh, okay. No, I can click stuff. Yeah, it's just like it's not re-rendering at the. But I'm able. That's right. That's me that I'm moving around, right?
Yep, I see you moving.
Cool. Okay, cool.
And if you look at the little, in the upper right, there's a little toolbar. There might be a little caret that points at a little toolbar. And there's little, at the very bottom, do you see the toolbar, John?
Yeah.
The very bottom is like a little teardrop.
Yeah.
And if you use that, you can make little indications on the map. You can circle, without leaving marks behind. Yeah, like that. So if you need to,
wow.
I guess it's a laser pointer, kind of. Or a fire sprite. Yeah, I like this thing because it's super handy, it's free, and it's just no overhead. It's just very straightforward. There's not a whole lot not a whole lot of bells and whistles. All right, so does anybody have any clarifications or remembering anything that I have forgotten?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Then I think we're gonna pick up in the tent with Weirin and the hand. So Weirin is, I'd say, so Weirin's like shorter than the hand. So reaching up with your left hand, kind of clamped over his lower face. You drop your sword, and he and your other. Basically, he's got his other hand on you. He's got one hand on your wrist, trying to like pull your hand off of him, and you're like holding on to him to try to like keep your hand on his mouth. So the question goes to Weirin. What do you do?
Weirin was trying to initially try to subdue him, but I wonder if there's a way to swiftly, like, using my like quick reflexes to like kind of sweep him to like fall backwards, or do something to make him lose his balance, because
Okay.
I'm realizing I'm not super strong. I probably can't like physically force him.
Yeah. So can you describe? So you want to use your speed to sort of maybe catch him off balance and hit him at a weak. To take advantage of that and make it so that he goes down, basically.
Right. So I guess my initial thought is to do like a sweep, so he like loses balance on his legs. Yeah.
So like both of you guys are sort of grappling with each other, upper body. So like kick one of your legs around behind and try to like get him behind the knee or ankle,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Right. Right. So I'll have to like do a sidestep and then sweep behind his leg.
Okay, so just hoping for so speed and swiftness plus evaluating the kind of balance issue to try to like take him down that way. Okay, great. Yeah, go for it. Make a saving throw with dexterity.
Okay. And I don't have any of the +1 forwards anymore, I think.
Right. Yeah. You already used that.
Yeah. So I rolled a 6.
Ooh.
So I probably should. Oh, my luck is 9, and if it goes to 8, then it becomes a -1.
Now's a good time to burn it up, though, right?
Yeah, yeah, because eventually you'll be able to get it back.
Yep, when you level
Okay.
up.
Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna move it to a
So your luck
I'll
drops to
spend
8.
1. Yeah,
And you're spending 1 to bump it to a 7.
correct.
Okay, so you move to the side. You kick your leg, and you realize as he's going, you realize you have a choice. You can either keep your hand on his mouth and go down with him onto the ground, or sort of just let him go down, which would give you a chance maybe to grab your sword. So it's either let go, it's either like take your hand off his mouth and get an opportunity to grab your sword and stay standing, or go down with him and keep your hand clamped over his mouth.
I think I would end up falling.
With him? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, you kick his leg out from behind. He topples back. You have to kind of like reach to keep your hand up there. And then both of you kind of crash to the ground, and it knocks over the little, there's like a little table that has the candle on it. So that knocks over, and the candle hits the ground and is lying on its side on the ground. So you're both on the floor of the wagon now, which has actually got, it's got padding. It's got like some carpets or something there, but so it's like relatively soft. But you're on the floor of the wagon now, still managing to keep. He's like really trying.
But
hard.
it's probably loud, right? Like they heard it outside.
Everybody outside is a little preoccupied with the screaming and yelling and violent assault that they're all under right now. So we cut to Taimi on the who had just gotten in close to this second word keeper, who actually had tried to like stab Taimi and only got 1 point of damage through because of armor.
Yeah, not word keeper though. This is a white one, if I'm not. Oh no, this is a word keeper.
This is a word keeper. Yeah, the two white ones are right at the back of the wagon.
Oh, okay, roger that. Okay. I think I'm going to swing. Let me just make sure that there's no like advanced move shenanigans I could get up to. No, I'm just gonna attack.
Okay. So you're leading, it's actually you and this whole gang on him. So you're gonna get a +4 for that.
Right. That's an 8 + 4 is 12.
Okay. Then you're gonna roll What kind of sword are you using?
I have a short sword. It's a D6.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
you're gonna
I'm just
roll.
wondering. I'm wondering, like, when we're doing these group attacks.
Yeah.
Do I still, for purposes of like revel in battle, can I still like burn strength to do like the special things like strike true or handicap or stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The main thing that the group thing does is it gives you that extra bonus, and you're gonna roll a bunch of dice and take the highest one, and then
Okay.
add the number of attackers to that. So you get much more damage and much more chance of succeeding.
Okay.
But in terms of handicaps and stuff, you can totally burn stuff or even increase damage if you wanted to do that.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that now. I think for the white ones, I have a smash one that like reduces their armor. I feel like that would be super useful.
Okay.
Okay. So how many dice do I roll for damage?
You're gonna roll 3 dice, take the highest one, and add 3.
The highest is a 5 plus 3 is 8.
Okay. Kitty.
Cat typing.
So he goes down, and you are all past him, headed right at the white ones at the back of the wagon here.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, I think that we would all head for that close white one. I don't want to get, but I'm worried. I don't want to get flanked by that word keeper to the west there.
Do you want to like shout an order for some people to?
Yeah. I do the thing where like you put up the fist and then give them the 4-finger PowerPoint.
So like some of them start heading over this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're past that guy. They're all those 2 white ones are in the mud. They're on the ground because of the shockwave. And then we're gonna jump to Paiviki. Paiviki, what's your next move?
Well, I was going to go forwards, but seeing that those 2 are about to get overrun with villagers, and I think I'm going to head the other way.
The white one south of you?
Yeah.
South.
Yeah.
This guy here.
Might as well. So I would lead my group over that way, and let's see. I'd like to try to kick his weapon out of his hand if that's possible. While he's down.
Yeah, it's let's see. Yeah, so muddy. So I'm gonna say the risk here is that there might be some slipping and falling in the mud. So if you do poorly here, it's gonna involve that.
Okay.
Because it's dark.
Yeah.
He's moving. Yeah, so I'm gonna say to make that connection, to sort of gauge it and time it right, it's gonna be dexterity to land that.
Okay. And since it's a hand-to-hand maneuver, can I use my bonus for favored weapon?
Oh, absolutely. Totally.
Okay. So that's a +1. I think.
So you're spending metal, is that right, to do that?
Yeah, I'm spending metal.
Great.
I think I must have already used my +1 forwards because we already did a few things since we slept well or whatever that +1 forwards was for. So just +1. So I got an 8 altogether.
Yeah, so I guess then that's what's going to happen is you're going to succeed. You're going to kick the sword out of his hand. But when you do that, let's see. So you run up. His shield's in his left hand. You run up. He's got his sword. You go to kick, and he grabs onto your leg with his shield arm. He like pulls his shield and grabs onto your leg, and you kick it out of his hand. The sword goes flying. And he turns his body, and you sort of slam into the mud, chest first.
All right.
So the two of you are in the mud there. Now, are you expecting, or have you given your people orders to attack this guy? It sounds like you were trying to sort of disarm him and take him peacefully, but
I didn't give him any orders one way or the other.
Okay.
The last thing that I said to them was attack.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, right. So they get their +1 for it because of that attack. Yeah. So there are two of them are going at him, and you're gonna roll. Let's see. You're gonna roll for them. So they get 2d6 plus 1 for the lead for you shouting that command, and 1 because there's two of them. So roll. I'm sorry, not yeah. So make a. This is the kind of NPC ally move. So roll. It's a regular move roll. So 2d6 plus 2.
An 8 plus 2 is 10.
Okay, and then you're gonna deal. What do these defenders got here? Okay, they basically have hatchets. So roll 2d6, take the highest one.
5.
Plus 2 is 7. And okay. That's the guy's number 3. Okay. So there's like a king, king, and they just kind of like lay into him. He's holding up his shield. He's holding on to you and holding up his shield and kind of like shoving back and sort of reaching to try to grab you at the same time that he's fending them off. And they're just like you actually see sparks fly off of the shield as they just like hack at him. And like you hear like one chink as like maybe the hatchet blade gets between two sections of his armor. But that armor is pretty solid, and he's still kicking. So jump to the squads on the east there. Your additional squad.
Yeah.
Make a fight roll for them as they engage these two separate. But you can make one fight roll for the two separate engagements over there.
Okay. And plus anything, or
let's see. They're outnumbering them by, let's see, +1, 2, +3. It's 2d6 plus. Oh, and they already used up their attack bonus. Actually, these guys already did use up their attack bonus, so it's just +3. 2d6 +3.
Okay. What's the? I'm just for interest. I'm understanding how big battles work. How you're thinking about it.
Yeah. So kind of winging it because there's no official rules yet. Trying to boil it down into as few rolls as possible.
Yes.
So for this engagement, we have the upper one. It's 2-on-1.
Yep.
So I'm giving them a +1 because there's one additional. There's one more, and then +2 for the 2 on the other guy. So 2 extra. Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense.
1-on-1's no bonus, but each additional guy is giving them a bonus.
Yeah. So I'm rolling a 2d6 plus 3. It is 6 plus 3 is 9.
Okay. So they're gonna take some damage in return there. Roll 2d6 for the top group.
I think they already took some damage last time.
They did. I've tracked it. Yeah.
The top group, the highest number is a 4.
Okay. 4 plus 2 is 6. Got it.
And 3 dice for the bottom, or?
Yep.
Ooh, we got a 6.
Okay, +3 is 9. They've got armor. And then 4. Okay. And then deal. So they take some damage in return, and these guys have short swords. So roll 1d6 plus 1 for the top guy.
That's 5 plus 1.
Okay, and then
I think we just lost a
the
villager.
villager just died.
Oh no.
And 1d6 for the bottom guy. 1d6.
That's 4 total
Okay,
for the bottom.
and then we roll a d6 to figure out just this. I'm randomly determining which of these villagers got injured there. So roll a d6 for that first damage roll.
A 2,
Okay, and then for the second damage roll.
a 1.
Okay, so you hear, and it looks like one of them is down, but the other one's still alive. All right, jump to this bottom squad real quick. Donna, will you roll for these guys? This is like basically a mob of Varpu's gang coming at this one word keeper. So roll 2d6 plus 4.
Oh, okay. 6 plus 4 is 10.
Great. And then roll, I'm going to max out. There's only, I'm going to say only, this initial push is like roll 3d6 damage and take the highest one.
Okay. Okay, 5.
Okay. 5 plus 1, 2, 3 is 8. Nice. 6. Okay. That is that guy's number 5. All right, so you hear bling, bling, bling from over there. And Taimi, you're aware of this group, the big crowd. You can just hear them sort of charging through the dark towards this guy that's just emerged from the tent. So you're going to sandwich between these two.
Mm-hmm.
We're inside. Oh, Kitty, is that Arwen?
Oh no, Arwen passed away.
Oh, that's right. You told us that before. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
no,
Is this a new kitty?
Yeah, we have 2 new kitties, Pippin and Samwise. Or Pip and Sam. This is Pip. Pip is very interested in what I do at this desk.
Babies.
I've got a Pippin over here too. They're just all over the place.
Really?
Yeah. She's usually on the bed over there.
The number of cats named worldwide for Tolkien characters. Aw, Pip is very sweet looking.
Yeah.
Okay, Mirin, you're on the floor on the inside the wagon. What's your next move?
Quickly get up with my hand still in his mouth and I guess if possible I would pour some of that confusion stuff in his mouth and make him swallow it.
Whoa, yeah.
Because we're both prone, right? So if I can get up faster.
Yeah. So it's like hand off the mouth, jam. Wait. How are you carrying this stuff, and where is it?
Oh, I assumed it was on my waist in a
Like
little. It was in a vial, right?
Okay.
So it would have been a pocket situation.
Okay. So the move is let go of him with your right hand. Get that out. Pop the thing. Move your left hand. Jam it in his mouth. And then somehow get him to swallow, and then just like
Right.
and hoping that some of it in the if he doesn't want to choke on it, he can't spit it out. Hopefully, yeah, some of it will get down his throat.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Ooh.
my thought.
Yeah, and you're doing it all super fast is the goal. So
Right.
yeah,
So
do it. Go for it. Dexterity.
okay.
Now hold on one second, just so I can. This is one of your poisons, one of your concoctions, and that is one of your areas of expertise, right?
Yes.
So when you make a roll that falls within an area of expertise, you can spend cunning to increase the result after you roll. So even though this isn't
Ooh.
you brewing the poison, this is you using the poison. Because it is within your area of expertise, you can actually spend cunning to improve this chance.
Awesome. Yeah, I would definitely spend it. You can spend maximum of 1 per instance.
No.
It says you may increase the result by 1 for each point of cunning you choose to spend. And you can do it
Ooh, okay.
after the roll. So you can wait until see what the roll result is, and then you can. How much cunning do you have?
Awesome. Thank you for remembering. It's 4 because it would be my int, my level plus int, right?
Yeah, and this would be you haven't used it yet. This stealth. I mean, sorry, poison is your only area of expertise currently, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yep. So you haven't used it yet. This engagement. So make your dex roll.
Phew, that's less pressure. Okay, so 6, and then I'll add 2 for my dex, 8. Then I'll spend 2 to get 10.
Yep, that'll do it.
Poison's
Nice.
up.
But then what? You go and you jam it and you pop the cork or whatever and you like shove it into his throat and the liquid, and of course he reflexively tries to like. I think having this get enough of it in him is going to be a luck roll on your part.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Okay.
Now, because this still involves the poison, you can still use your cunning on it, but you've only got 2 points of cunning left.
Okay, that's great.
Wait, it's a luck roll to see if he swallows it or not?
Yeah. I'm open to other suggestions. He doesn't get to make any rolls because that's the way.
Well, if
Yeah.
you hold his nose, then he has to gulp, right?
Okay, that's an awesome move. We throw that in there. Great. He's holding on to the nose.
Yeah. I would think either like a dexterity or like constitution check, like maintaining the grip on him
Okay.
so that he has to swallow. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think it would be a constitution roll from him, but
I
your hands don't dare touch dice.
Okay, Donna, that's right. No, not going to happen. Donna, then I'll give you a choice. Thank you, Don. Those are good suggestions. You can choose between either having it be a luck roll, which I think your luck is -1 currently,
Currently, yeah.
or a strength roll, because he's struggling mightily against you, and you got to hold your hand over his nose and over his mouth and just hold him down and force him to, like, swallow. So it's your choice to make either a luck or a strength roll.
I think it would make sense for it to be strength then, if I'm holding him down. Okay, here we go. Okay, 6. Then I will spend 1 to get to the 7 because that's better than 6.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And now, did anybody write down this confusion potion? And let me
Like
just-
the name of it, or
like what it does. I
Oh.
have it in my notes somewhere. Short term. This is the confusion one. It's not the short term memory loss. That's the powder. This is the one you get from the toad, right?
yeah, I was thinking it makes you unable to speak clear words because you're too
To like
confused.
slur your speech.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So the trade off is. So he goes, and you're still holding him there. And then he throws you. He like just like in a surge of strength, like throws you, and against the kind of wall of the tent. There's actually like a wooden kind of spaced out wooden structure. So you hit that, and it cracks and hit the ground. And he lurches forward and grabs your short sword. So there's the stuff trickling out of his mouth. You did it. He actually has swallowed it. He lurches forward and grabs the short sword. And then we cut to Taimi.
I am going to lay in to that fool. The one that's more north.
You and Annika and another person. These guys are going down here. These guys are all coming up behind you. Okay, he's on the ground. You know, he knows you're coming and he's trying to, yeah, so is it just like full on attack on this guy on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just full on attack.
Okay.
What are they're armed with like big swords, right?
Yeah, like full size long swords.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna attack him. And that's plus, I guess there's 2 people with me, so plus 2.
That's correct. Yep. And I'm going to say that he's not even. You're just his. Even if you roll a 7 to 9, he's not going to get a hit in because he's in a purely defensive mode right now.
Okay.
Okay. So just to, because that's the disadvantage of him being in the mud right now. He's just purely trying to, like, at this moment, trying to defend himself.
Yeah. Well, I still, for the sake of triggering my special effects, I still rolled a 10, which plus that is a 12. And on a 10 plus, I can spend 1 metal to do one of the following effects.
Yeah.
The effect that I want to do is strike hard, which triggers my smash ability. I can burn 1 strength to make your attack forceful and permanently reduce your target's armor by 1d4 in addition to the normal effect. So now I'm going to roll, since there's 3 of us, 3d6.
That's correct.
Okay. Roll 3d6. My top one is a 6.
Nice.
And so that's plus 2 because there's 2 people helping me.
That's right. That's 8.
So that's an 8.
And then you struck hard, right?
I struck hard. I don't have a strength bonus.
Okay. Got it.
So hey, Kitty. Oh, you really can't chew that. That's not. Oh, Kitty, I'm pretty upset about that one.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll my 1d4.
Yep.
2.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn 1 strength.
So that does.
And I assume that the new armor, my attack would be at the old armor.
Yes, correct. Yeah, the damage that gets through the old armor, and then. Oh man! Whoa. Okay. So given that he's wearing chainmail and he's got this big heater shield, what number is that guy? He's number 2. So,
John, don't you have a strength bonus, or have you lost it?
My maximum strength is a 14. I'm currently at a 10. It's slowly been chipping away. All of my stats are down.
Yeah.
Worn out. Okay, and then you smashed. Wow. Okay.
Now, my question is, with smashing 2 armor, is he still armored?
This is what I want you to describe to me. He's got the shield and he's got the chainmail, and you guys just laid into him. You're just like, and it's not just like you each hit once. You're like, king, king. Like, how do you think that diminishes his? So his total armor is 3, and you just took it down to 1 point.
Okay. Well, I assume that the shield is. I think you know, like when, to bring up Darth Vader again, like when he's blocking Luke in Return of the Jedi, and finally his hand gets hit away that way, so that Luke can get the clean swipe in. I think he's blocking, and then his arm gets hit away, revealing like the straps or whatever, and we get like a solid hit on, so he can no longer hold the shield.
Okay.
And then maybe just through abuse, he's lost a point on his chainmail.
Yeah, it's like a hatchet. Like ching, there's some rings go flying. Annika like hacks into like his arm, and like part of the sleeve is gone. So it's like a rapid series of blows that and like I said, he was just trying to defend himself. Great. And then this gang over here and Asari's gang collide with this guy at the same time. So John, would you roll for that bunch? 2d6 plus 4 for the fight.
That is a 7 plus 4 is 11.
Okay, and then 1, 2, I'm going to say 3, 4, 5 d6, take the highest one.
I rolled 3d6 and the highest is 6. I'm going to roll 2d6 for no reason. The highest is still 6.
For no reason. What do you mean for no reason?
Well, if
because you
roll
already
the-
got a 6, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought just non sequitur. John's just rolling dice and reporting.
No, I'm going to roll a d8 for no reason.
Okay, so 6 plus 1, 2, 6 plus 5 is 11 points minus that guy's armor. He is not looking good. So all kinds of noise.
1.
Yeah, it's a huge swarm over there. So he's like, he's just like being, it does not look good for that guy. I already moved those dudes. Okay, Pavika, you're in the mud with this dude.
All right.
And you're two of your these guys are trying to get around to get a good to get in there too, to add to the abuse there. But he's got his shield arm holding on to you, and he's kind of like reaching through the mud to try to grab the rest of you.
Oh, okay. I think I think she's just in scrapping mode, and she's just gonna be like, wow. So he's trying to hold on to her, sort of wrestling on the ground.
Yep.
Okay.
Not good for him, given your your specialties.
Yeah. No, I just realized there's this other one right behind him.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. I mean, if you're aware of him at all,
I don't know if I am.
yeah, you're pretty focused on what's happening in the mud.
Yeah. I think I would just shout to my people and just say like, "I've got him. Go on."
Okay.
And I'm just gonna just kind of go in on instinct and just go into like fisticuffs with him, and like try to like get up under like his helmet, like if we're on the ground, and just start like punching on him.
Get up under his helmet.
Yeah, like he's wearing one of those bucket helmets, right?
Yeah.
So if we're scrapping around on the ground and I'm kind of on top of him and he's holding on to me with one arm, I would kind of come up with the other arm and just try to like, you know.
Get in under there.
Yeah, so she's dropping her shield and spear.
And going full hand to hand.
Yep. Trying to like hit him in the neck and like what do you call, not dislocate, but I'm at a loss for words. Make it so he's like like knock the wind out of him so he can't.
So like a throat, kind of a throat.
Yeah, throat. Yeah, I want to try to take the fight out of him.
Okay. And so I think, yeah, so you guys are fighting, you're wrestling. He does not have his sword. This is a fight roll.
Yeah.
In this case, the damage inflicted, or it's like this physical struggle that you're in. It's not like you're going to be inflicting hit point damage. You're trying to actually gain an advantage by.
Right.
Yeah, so go for it.
I'm hoping in terms of game terms to inflict a handicap on him if I can get a good roll, just
Okay.
like. So I'm rolling plus strength,
Yep.
and I'm going to add 1 for my metal.
Okay.
So I got a 9, 12 altogether.
Nice. I will note the special clause that when you roll a 12, you regain 1 metal in addition to all of their effects.
Okay. So yeah, then I can
You can
So
spend a
it's-
metal to handicap him. Yeah.
so the metal before was I had 4, but I used 1 to kick him, and I just used another 1, but then I got 1 back, so I'm down 1. And I want to use another 1 to handicap him. And I just want to stun him.
Okay.
And the duration is plus intelligence, so it's 2.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's like basically taking him out of the fight. This fight's happening so fast. Okay, so you're in the mud. You're both covered in mud. You cast aside your spear. You're rolling. You block. He goes up to grab you, and you push his hand away. And then he turns his head towards you as he's kind of lurching through the mud, and you see your opening and punch him right up under there, and it knocks his head back, and he rolls over in the mud, and he can't breathe, and he's just like reaching out trying to hold his throat, and yeah, it's possible you did some serious damage to his larynx or something in there.
All right.
Success.
And then I guess the other people run on and do something. We don't know what. Encounter a fully armed standing white one.
Yeah, so they're actually they don't reach him this
Okay.
round. They're on their way to him.
Yep.
And then this gang over here, 2 villagers down in that eastern group there. So roll. I guess once again roll for the whole gang, and this time you get a total of +1. Oh, sorry, no, that wordkeeper's dead. So this guy's over here. There's only 1 wordkeeper left and 3 villagers, so you get a total +2.
10 total.
Okay, and then roll 3d6 damage. Take the highest one and add 3.
4 plus 3, 7.
7. Okay. As the rain continues to pour down, these guys, so you hear the sounds of battle over here. And we're back inside the tent. We're in. So he's thrown you aside, and he's lunged forward, and he's laid his hand on the hilt of your short sword. So he's got it. He has swallowed some portion of the stuff. What do you do? The candle has caught some linen on fire.
Safety first.
Right. So I guess where he threw me, does that mean I'm several feet between him now?
It's pretty tight quarters in there.
Oh, okay.
So you're up against this wall, and he's like, let's see, he lunged forward, so he's still kind of low. He's still kind of crouched. So you could like reach out your arm and touch him, basically. He's within arm's reach of you.
Ooh, and I could even maybe get behind him to touch him. I think that's what I would do, is I would,
Get behind him.
yeah, and then, I mean, so my weapons really are just, I have my knife. Yeah, if he's still crouched down, I would hold my the knife around his neck and
Ooh.
tell him to. I think I originally told him to surrender and that we had him surrounded. So
I mean, maybe you don't have to say anything if you put a knife to his
Yeah.
neck. Maybe that's
yeah,
maybe that's a message in and of itself.
yeah, and hopefully he's still coherent and
Okay. So the move is roll around behind him, come up, grab him, and knife to the throat,
Right.
like as a clear indication of what your intent is. Okay, he's got his hand on your short sword. So yeah, so that's a dexterity roll.
Gotta be fast. Okay. 8 plus 2 is 10.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's 11 because I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Nice.
So he's got your sword. He's going to stand up. All of a sudden, is it like, so you're behind him, like hand over his shoulder, knife to the throat?
Yeah, something to.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's restricted.
So
Yeah.
restrict him. So he's got your sword in his hand. Right, you're on him like that. And he moves to throw you off of him. Like he's just like, he's in the middle of the fight. You've got that going on. He understands what's at risk, and he just goes to like throw you away. So would be strength to resist that, or you could stab him in the throat.
Oh no.
Or something else, or you could do something else. But that's what's
Right.
about to happen.
This is a test of your ruthlessness.
Yeah, and
How
we
ruthless are
really,
you?
he really like, yeah, he's not giving up his, yeah, for his life. Strength to resist. Is that the same kind of saving throw that like all the other saving throws? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So in this case, the cost would be, he would throw you off of him. And then I think he'd probably throw you out of the back of the wagon. He's a pretty strong guy for an old guy. You wouldn't take any damage, but he would hurl you away from him that way and then take some other action. So I guess that's the other thing, is you could just let him do that. You don't have to actually make the roll. You could succumb to what he's doing, or you could try to hold on, or go ahead and.
Right. I guess as a so I feel like Marion would probably not want to kill him, only because
Here comes Pippin.
You can teleport.
oh,
3,000-mile teleporting cat.
Yeah, I had no idea you had a cat named Pippin. That's so funny. Pippin buddies.
same orange. Well, I don't know. Do you guys have
Hold on, you don't get to ask them anything.
Oh, really?
I mean, they're not there. It's just Mirren. And there's no wrong decision. You get to
Right.
decide. You get to decide. And I'm only limiting their input at this point because, like, it's a very tense, quick moment. And in this moment, it should be Mirren who decides, like, what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Oh man, I think Mirren would want to like not kill him, but
Okay.
it feels wrong. That decision feels wrong.
Wait, why does it feel wrong? Tell us more. Because it feels like
Because he has one mission to like you know, ruthlessly oppress a free village. Doesn't seem to have any wavering in that mission. Would maybe like do anything to like he's either gonna like do the thing or he's gonna die trying.
and if I understand right, the decision here is between stopping him, hopefully dead in his tracks, or keeping him alive for leverage, right? Isn't that the original idea? Was that if you keep him alive, then maybe you'll have something to bargain with, or you can send him back as a, you know what I mean? Like there was some value in keeping him alive that you guys discussed, right? Or is it purely a moral decision that we're just wrestling with?
No, it's more the decision that she doesn't want to disappoint the group, that the plan's not going smoothly.
There's
like
social pressure at work too. We've got social, political, all the pressures of the world are bearing down on Mirren in this moment.
Oh.
Forgive me as I delight in this moment.
I know, I think I just need to choose, and shoot, I think that
and I should say, if you succeed at the strength roll, you'll basically topple over backwards. You'll be under him, but your knife will still be at his throat. So you'll continue to hold on to your kind of position, but he'll be like, you'll be under him as he's on top of you there.
Yeah. The more that I think about it, the more that I think Mirren is resolved, and that Mirren would probably do the thing she intended, which is to
keep him alive.
No, slit his throat because of
I didn't realize
because of the move, right?
Sure. Oh, I see. You're saying follow through on the promise, like saying the threat. I have threatened you, and I'm not gonna. Yeah. Okay. She wasn't faking it.
Like it wasn't fake.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though she is very like more of the sneaky, not gonna do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But maybe she fails in killing him, right? Like there's that's not an immediate death.
I guess the question is, you're there, you have it, he's about to do it. Is it like, are you like going for it, or are you trying to like create a wound that may not be fatal, but would like force him to release you? Or force him, you know what I mean?
Force him to stop struggling. Right?
Yeah, are you going to try to like, I'm sorry to get into the nitty gritty of violence, but is it like harsh enough to really end it, or make it, continue the struggle, but seriously cripple him that way?
I mean, I think she would hold the knife to his throat as much as possible. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think that she would like cut his throat, but she wouldn't.
Well,
Maybe
you're
that is.
already threatening with the
Yeah.
knife. So at
Oh,
this point,
okay.
it's either go all the way or get thrown off of him, or he tries to throw you off. Or no, so what you're describing is actually the strength roll. You want to hold on. You want to keep the knife to his throat.
I am describing a strength roll.
Yeah, it's keeping the knife to his throat, right? So if that's the route you want to go, then you got to make the strength roll. But if you actually just cut him, you don't have to roll. You were already in position.
Right, that's actually like that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, strength roll.
Okay, so you're gonna try to maintain the knife to the throat.
Okay,
go for
thank
it.
you. Okay, so that is 7, and I don't think I have any extra.
I think you have a -1, don't you? No.
With my strength?
No, sorry, 0. I was thinking of something else.
Oh, okay, cool.
Your luck went down, not your strength.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
So it's a mixed result.
But you said.
Okay. Yeah, the full result I thought was going to be, this is the mixed result. I was describing what would happen if you totally succeeded, which would be like he would be on your back. So this is what happened. Doesn't go totally 100% your way. Which means, so he was in the process of standing up when you put the knife to his throat. So he stands up, grabs your wrist, just grabs it, and in one movement takes the short sword and goes and rips it through the tent. Okay, overhead. So the tent's been sort of torn wide open, and it's falling away, revealing the two of you to everybody outside, right? So there's that, and he's holding onto your wrist, and he says, he yells, Lupetta! And Taimi and Paiviki and you all have to make a saving throw.
Oh.
Wisdom?
With wisdom.
What's that?
With wisdom.
With wisdom. Oh, I remember when this happened in the cave.
Oh
Wisdom
no, greasy.
Wisdom is like our undoing.
Oh God. Team, get ready for evil Paiviki or Taimi.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I'm going to ask for starting with Muirin.
An 8, so I got a 6 plus my whiz is 2.
Okay. Ooh, wow, +2 wisdom. Okay, you got an 8. Taimi?
My wisdom's at -2. I rolled an 8, which is a 6, and I'm using a point of luck to make it a 7.
Okay, Paiviki?
I rolled a 4.
So you get to mark wisdom.
Hey.
So he shouts out, Lupetta! And all three of you freeze. Like you stop. In fact, all of the villagers stop. Everybody just like stops and like there's like a little bit of movement. People feel like they're struggling against the, like you feel like there's this suddenly you're in like a rigid kind of outline of your body and you're like struggling against it. Muirin, you're right there with your knife at his throat. So, and you guys who succeeded, or you rolled you guys both rolled 7 and 9, right?
Mixed, yeah, I got a
mixed
mixed.
result.
I failed.
I know you failed. Yeah. So, ooh, Paiviki. Well, luckily you just stunned that guy. So,
Yeah.
So for right now, in this moment, Muirin and Taimi, well, all three of you are basically can't do anything. The mixed result is it won't last. Okay, But in this moment, you're totally still. So he shouts that. He rips open the tent, shouts that word. Everybody kind of like freezes in the moment. He like this is enough time for the white ones on the ground by telling me to stand. So they, for whatever reason, they're not affected by this. They stand. He steps away from Weirin, and Weirin's still there holding the knife in space. He steps away from Weirin, grabs her wrist, and sticks the short sword blade right up against your throat. And then you and Taimi both recover. Like you feel a movement, like you feel like your kind of your body returns to you, and you're both able to move. Taimi, what do you do? And right in front of you, the white one that you guys have been pounding on, like has
I can't see the hand. The hand didn't like open up the wagon to show me that he has Weirin. I don't know what's going on.
The tent he ripped the tent, and the tent has fallen down around him and Weirin, so that he's standing in clear view now. The tent has fallen around them. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
So he's revealed to you.
Okay.
And he's only, 10, 15 feet away from you. You know what, John? You can roll for Annika too to see if she managed to resist. If that plays into your decision making at all.
Did the two word keepers that we just downed, did they have crossbows? Did they have loaded crossbows?
They were on guard, so yes. Do you want to have grabbed one? Do you want to establish that you grabbed one? Or, I mean, the one you took down most recently is just there, right behind you. So
Yeah.
his crossbow is in the mud there on the ground.
There's no like non-lethal option, is there? Like if I was to kind of just like roll backwards, grab it, and try to shoot at the hand like in his leg in a way, I mean, obviously a shot in the leg could kill a guy, even especially like if he's old and frail.
Yeah, no, you could choose to, for instance, roll damage twice and take the lower result. We could totally house rule that if you're specifically going for a non-lethal thing. The idea being just to kind of like shock him out of what he's doing.
Yeah, I'd like to shock him, and if I'm seeing him with his like sword to Weirin, I can't have that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like look up, see Weirin, and then just kind of like fall backwards and like grab the crossbow. If you think I can pull that off in one move.
Your dexterity is +3, I believe, right?
It's +2 right now because I'm really hurting on all my stats.
No. So, and the other thing to realize is that Weirin is between you and him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that complicates it.
Would Weirin, what would you do? Or you're just about to recover too. So what's your what would be your move? Well, I guess I need you to both. You need to both decide.
Yeah. I'm still gonna do it. Like, okay. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna try to take the shot and get him to shake out of it.
So the idea being, just to like jar him so that Weirin has a chance to get away.
Yeah, and what's established? What status established again?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather do the dex roll.
Okay. Yeah, because because then you'd have to. So we're talking dex roll to get it quickly enough to shoot without him reacting, and then a shoot roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I can do that.
Go for the dex roll.
Okay. Okay. The first dex roll is a 6 plus 2 is 8.
Okay, so the trade-off is you go for it, and the white one with you reaches after you and grabs you. You've got the crossbow. You've gone for it, and he manages to like grab you by the cloak or whatever is on you, and he's got his sword up like this. So he's about to stab you. But you've got the crossbow.
Yeah, I'll take it, and I'll take the shot at.
Okay.
At the hand.
All right, then roll 2. Oh man.
I rolled a 6 again, plus 2 is 8. I will choose.
It's already one of the options is roll damage twice and take the lower effect when you roll a.
Well, there you go. I'll roll. Can I do that?
Yep.
Okay. So let me roll 2d8. 4.
Oh. Okay. Oh, that's a solid hit to the thigh, but at least you missed Mirren. 4. And he stabs you, the guy with the sword.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a 1d8 plus 1. Oh, 1d8 plus 2.
He rolled a 3 plus 2 is 5.
Minus your chainmail.
Minus my 3 armor?
No, chainmail, right?
But I got the plus 1.
Oh my god, right. You're for
incapacitated.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a grand total of 2 damage, you wiener.
So he grabs you, you turn, and he grazes your ribs. His sword cuts through the chainmail and grazes your ribs. The bolt flies. We're in. So you were still frozen there, basically like this, and the bolt from that angle, it just goes right past your. It goes between your legs, and it hits him in the thigh, and he lurches, and his short sword goes away from your throat for a second. What do you do?
Bam.
I will kick the sword out of his hand.
Okay. Is there like is that part of a larger move, or is that the main?
I think I'm just so I'm using the momentum of him losing the pain. He's moving, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess if I can kick it out, then I would like to pick up the sword and.
Oh, so more like a kick and grab. Like kick and grab the sword so that you.
Yeah.
So you'll have your knife in one hand and the sword in the other hand. Okay, that's a dexterity roll.
Right. Yeah, some kind of disarmament crap. Okay. All right. 6 plus 1, 7 plus my dex is 9.
Yeah, you could spend a point of luck to pull that off flawlessly. With the 9, on a 7 to 9, I'm going to say you just kick the sword away. It just goes flying out of the wagon.
Yeah, I'll just, kick the sword away.
Okay, so you kick it, it spins off into the dark. And he takes a breath, and he's about to say something. What do you do next?
Should have killed him.
Got your knife.
I know. Well, yeah, I will throw the knife at his neck then.
Throw the knife at his neck. Okay.
Yeah, before he can speak.
Okay, Dex. Make a Dex roll.
Okay, I rolled a 3 plus 2.
Hey, you get the mark dexterity.
Okay,
When does that ever happen?
never. Wow, that was a 5.
So he goes, and you throw the knife, and he like lurches to the side, and the knife flies past him. And he says, "Polivalassi!" And
Oh,
Mirren,
no.
you have to make a saving throw with wisdom.
Oh ho ho! 12.
What?
12.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you feel this sudden urge to drop to your knees. You feel this sudden urge to just like fall into a position of just like, like obeisance to this guy. And he said it in this very commanding, like, bow before me kind of thing. So you feel this sudden urge to like drop to your knees, but like you are resisting it. And he wasn't shouting it to everybody. He was speaking directly to you. And you, are resisting that.
Well, could I pretend that I'm gonna
Yes.
and then wait for him to get near me?
So you succumb to the feeling and drop to your knees. I mean, you pretend.
Well, yeah, I pretend that, and then if he comes towards me, then I
Okay.
would.
Okay, so you drop to your knees, and you're, the urge is to actually look down. So you're looking down at the floor of the wagon. The flame from the candle has caught a little bit on the canvas and it's starting to burn more, but it's not. He doesn't seem worried about it. It's like to your left, there's that fire, and you're looking. You sort of look. You feel that you're like you're being forced to look down, but you choose to look down, and so you can see the tips of his feet ahead of you, in front of you. Paiviki, how are you dealing with this paralysis?
Oh man, great frustration.
From your position on the ground. Sorry. From your position on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the guy that you were. Oh yeah. So he's totally stunned. The villagers near you are frozen, and the guy at the front of the wagon here, has drawn his sword, and he's sort of watching what's happening with the hand, but his sword is out, and he looks ready to go at these paralyzed villagers. And you're sort of staring at him, out of your frozen body.
Oh man. Okay. I feel like Paiviki recognizes that she remembers from her lessons with Locke that controlling the energies and forces of the world comes from within, and so she, taking that to heart, she's trying to calm herself and get in touch with those energies and realize that she doesn't need her body to be mobile to successfully cast a spell. But she's trying to overcome the paralysis of her own voice as well, because that makes it easier for her to cast a spell. At least that's what she's thinking, and she's got this internal struggle, thinking she doesn't need to speak. She doesn't need to speak.
Because we did establish before that, like, when you cast a spell, there is this internal process, like, right? We talked about that back in the caves. Okay, great. So she's struggling with that. Excellent.
So she's trying to cast a spell, is what she's trying to do.
All right. I think to get to that point is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
And if you do that, you overcome the internal. Then you'd be able to make the spell roll. But to get there, you have to make a.
Okay. All right. I'll try it. Come on, wisdoms. I'm gonna gain a lot of wisdom. No, I got a 9, and I'm gonna burn a luck.
Okay.
Making it a 10.
Where are you looking? Where's the focus? Like, what's going to be the object of your spell casting?
Well, I think that she was she's kind of like, she was like lying there in the mud last, right, when she got paralyzed. She punched the guy.
And she's lying in the mud.
She's lying in the mud, and I think she saw the whole thing with like she turned when the canvas ripped, and she looked, and the guy said the thing, so she was focused on him.
Okay.
But I think she notices the white one who is coming towards the villagers. And I think she shifts her attention over that way, and is going to cast a spell at him instead.
Okay.
And the white ones and the
word keepers
are the only ones who are moving at this moment.
You're not sure from your position if any word keepers are moving or not.
Okay. Right. They could be walking right up behind me right now.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really tell.
But I can hear.
It did get the rain. There's the sound of the rain. Yep. And you hear all you've heard so far besides the rain is the shout of the hand. Yep. You'd probably be able to hear somebody coming up, squelching through the mud if they were coming at you from behind.
Yeah. I think that she would just use the weave of force to send that guy flying backwards as much as she could.
Okay.
Like just kind of launch him.
Like reach through the ground to him or through the air? So you're lying in the mud. You were facing the hand, so you're moving your eyes like to left to see the guy, but you can't move.
I think she'd be like laying there covered in mud, just with one hand on the ground, and just kind of like focus on her hand and just like push the energy down through the earth like she did on the other guys, and just try to launch that one guy, just kind of like send that energy up and out.
Single target. He's near, that's 1 power. And you're trying to like launch him a fair distance away?
Yeah, I mean, if she can give it as much force as she can and like make him, catch some air, and, it'd be great if he got the wind knocked out of him at least. Maybe he drops his sword. Who knows?
Well, he's super heavy in that armor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for 3 power, you can basically knock him back and on the ground. For 4 power, so that'd be 3 power, and then you get the extra power would be a +1 to your roll. For 4 power, you could like really launch him into the air.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. Okay. So she digs her, at least mentally, she digs her hand into the mud.
Yeah, right.
Okay. She got a 6 + 2 is an 8. So the spell works as intended, but you forget it and may not cast it again. I think I'm going to spend another point of luck
To make it a 9.
Make it a 9.
Okay. What's your luck down to?
10.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like hearing that direction, your hand is in the mud, and you feel the threads of the weave of the world between your fingers and reach out with them through the earth. But before we see the effects of that, we jump back to Taimi.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is sort of you're on the ground holding the crossbow, and he has one hand on you, and he just sort of stabbed you along the side and stuck his sword, into the mud. But there he is right above you, and you got the crossbow in your hands. John, you're muted. Sorry.
I'm gonna drop.
You had your sword out, right? Because you were stabbing that dude. So I assumed you dropped it to jump for the crossbow.
Yeah.
Unless you have some other way that you were envisioning that.
No, probably to pull everything off, I probably would have had to have dropped it. If I'm right next to that word keeper that I grabbed the crossbow from, can I grab the word keeper melee weapon?
I think that would be a luck roll to see if it's close by. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make that roll.
You can just.
That's a 2 + 1. Sorry, it's a 2 + 4 plus my 1 luck, so 7.
7. Oh.
But
7.
you still get the luck modifier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 + 4. Those are the 2 separate dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a 7. So, yeah. Okay. So he just stabs you. You glance over your shoulder. You see the gleam of the sword, but it's out of your hand's reach. It's like not. It's. You see it, but it's actually you'd have to like make a lunge for it and grab it. And so that would be a dex roll. And if you did not do well, he would stab you again.
Yes, that's fine.
That is fine. I will.
I like this combination of luck and dexterity.
And
like
armor.
the tiny method. Tiny method. Get lucky. Be fast.
Wear chainmail.
Yeah.
That goes well-ish. That's a 6 + 2, 8.
Okay. So you dive through the mud. You lay your hand on the sword. He takes another swing at you, and as you're diving away. And I'm going to say, just roll his damage twice and take the lower result. Okay. So that is for the word keeper. That's 1d6 + 1.
A D8 plus.
Sorry, no. Oh, this is the white though. That's forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus 2.
1d8 plus 2.
Or
Okay.
do that twice and take the lower.
He got a 2 plus 2 is 4. He got a 2 plus 2 is 4. What's
Okay.
up with this? Okay. Minus my 3 AC is 1 damage.
Oh man!
Wow.
So you lunge, he swings. The blade just like slides across you. That point's more of like general exhaustion, not actual bloody wounds, right? So
Yeah.
kind of wears down your fighting spirit a little bit by that slash of the blade across your back. It drags across the chainmail. You've laid your hand on that short sword. You get to make another move. This all happened really fast, so you get to do another thing.
Okay. And what about the other peeps? Am I now back to like attacking in mass?
No, they're all frozen.
Oh, they're all frozen.
So
That's
you're
right.
right now in a little bit of a forest of villagers. You're surrounded by them all frozen in mid.
Standing there.
Standing there.
Okay.
So you're the only one who's moving, except for the white ones.
Okay. Oh, really? Do I see the who's somebody call it? Well, I guess I probably can't see the word keeper over there.
It's pretty dark over in that zone, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, and your attention is pretty focused on. Although, your hunter's awareness.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you get the vague impression that there's lack of motion in that area.
Could I make an Annika roll, by the way, to see if she
if she snaps out of it?
If she snaps out of it?
Yep.
What would that just be? No modifier?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Nope. she got a 5.
Yeah. So she's there. She's got her hatchet in midair, frozen in space.
Oh, grinds my gears.
You've laid your hand on a short sword, and the white one is right behind you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like turn with the short sword and momentum, sweep across. And I am going to do fairly well. I'm gonna get a 9, and I'm burning luck, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn luck to get it up to a 10.
Okay.
Um,
which lets you do any of your special
yeah,
attacks.
which I don't have a strength bonus, and I don't have an int bonus, so I would just be.
You can handicap him
Oh,
somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still handicap him. I'll still stun him. Maybe I hit him so hard in the stomach I knock the wind. Give him an oof.
Or clang him like the helmet, smack it like the flat of the blade across his helmet to
Yeah.
dong.
Yeah, I'll use a metal. Why not? Okay.
So you do get to deal your damage.
Ooh, 6.
Really?
And this is still the guy that has the reduced armor, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So he's quite reduced. So you just did woof. Okay. Wow. So pang, and you're spending that point to inflict the stunned essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So he basically you're on the ground when you do that, and he was coming at you, and you he basically staggers to the side of you and plants one hand on the ground and just to catch himself, and his head's ringing and he can't move for a moment. We're in, and yes, he took and actually I think the blade actually well, I think it was just such a powerful blow to the head that's where the damage is occurring. It's just his head's ringing. Weirin, you're in the wagon, and the hand says, "Nata a seat!" And everybody standing there, Weirin, you have to make a roll for this. You have to make a wisdom saving throw. All the villagers drop their weapons. Weirin, you don't have to roll because you're not holding a weapon, so you don't have to roll anything. But Taimi has to roll. Did I say Weirin before? Taimi has to roll.
Darn.
Wait, did you roll well?
Yeah. Well, for me, with my wisdom, not
Yes. Poor
it
tiny
wouldn't
me.
help.
Okay. All right. Incoming wisdom triumph. No, that's a 7 minus 2 is 5.
Oh,
Mark it.
wow. So
You
you
can mark
go,
wisdom, right?
you smack him in the head. He slams into the ground. The hand shouts and like, and the sword sword goes into the mud. Mirren, and Paiviki, from your position, the swords of the villagers hit the ground at the same moment that the force hits the white one, and he goes, "Ah!" Wilhelm scream. Off. It's like, you know, he just goes and is launched into the darkness. Anybody seeing it would just be completely dumbfounded by what just happened. It's like he just disappeared.
Well, they probably think the hand did it.
yeah, right.
They're like, drop your weapons. Ah!
right. Timing wise, that would have been exactly the situation. Okay, Mirren, there you are. He
Is
thinks
he any
that
closer to me?
he's still standing where he was, which is about 5 feet away from you.
So I guess maybe right after he yelled, is he looking at me?
You can't tell unless you look up, but if you look up, that might give away the basically command he gave you was to kneel and basically avert your eyes. So, but you can see from the position of his feet where he is. And the rain is now putting out that fire. The rain is starting to put out that fire.
Okay. Can I scan the wagon for some kind of tool, weapon, object? Because I think the sword is gone, right? And the knife is gone.
Yep.
Do you think he probably had something? He hasn't gone for it, but can I?
Let me see here. You see, yeah, John.
No. Keep going.
You do see. So to your right is like some kind of sleeping pallet, which must be the place where he sleeps. And then there was that little sort of like table that the candle had been on. The tent, canvas has kind of flopped down around you off of the supports. And just under the edge of one of the flaps of canvas, you see the handle of what appears to be sort of resting on there's like a little wicker, kind of long rectangular wicker basket. And on the top of the wicker basket is the handle of something that looks like it could be a weapon. You can't see the top of it, but you can see the handle of it there. But the problem is there's you, there's him, and then past him and to the left is where the thing is.
Oh, past him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so if I were to if I were to look to the side, so if I were to go for the short sword, would it probably be on the left side, the south end of the wagon?
So he had it to your throat. He lunged, he was facing you. You kicked it. No,
and I kicked it away.
It would be somewhere over in this area. Between you and the fire pit.
And then the knife went the same direction?
No, the knife went past his head. It went shoo out that way.
Oh.
Both of those things are pretty far out of sight, yeah. You got yourself, you got your body, you got anything else you might have in your inventory that you had on you.
I have I have the forgetting powder that doesn't really work anymore because it expires.
Yeah. You have some powder.
Yeah, I could blow it in his face if he was close enough.
And tell him that it's
Um,
deadly. That worked last time.
um,
So he goes to, let's just say that this is like a very tense moment where Muirin is trying to figure out what to do, what the right move is.
Can I add something, Jason, before you
Yes.
say that?
Yes.
I just wanted to remind you that my spell caused a disturbance which draws unwanted attention.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, so the guy gets flying to the distance, and he definitely turns it, his attention is taken away by that for a moment, Muirin, if you wanted to take advantage of that. Thanks, yeah.
Oh no, I was thinking he would if it's unwanted attention, he would know that it came from me.
Yeah, but his first reaction is to the guy flying.
Sure,
and then yeah, so there's a moment where his attention is taken away, but yes, he knows who did that. He also knew, like, the same thing happened when you did the quake.
Right.
Yeah, so he senses your presence, for sure, and yeah, so he is momentarily distracted by that. If Muirin wants to take advantage of that. So
sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would really quickly.
I don't want to pressure you
to
either. You could also just wait to see what happens. I don't want to like make you feel.
Well, I have a feeling that he'll speak again and it'll be bad. Okay. I guess if he's sort of paying attention, paying attention to this, to Paifiki, I would
Yeah, from your perspective, you see his foot, you hear the yell of the guy get thrown, you see his foot shift a little bit, indicating to you that he's turning his head. Yeah.
I would bolt to the hilt thingy.
Okay.
To the corner to grab the hilt.
Okay,
Really
so,
fast.
Yeah, so you're there, you've got it. He turns back in that instant. So that was enough of a distraction for you. You don't have to roll or anything. You're there, you've got your hand on it. What do you do next?
Okay, well then I will slash at him.
Okay, so you're gonna
it's a sword, right?
You don't know what it is. You're just laying your hand on the hilt. The rest of it's covered by the. Yeah.
I'll grab it, assuming it's a sword, and slash at him.
At like what part of his body? Like general swipe. You're gonna take a swing at his head. You're gonna take a swing at his legs.
So he doesn't have any armor on?
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah, he was apparently resting or sleeping.
Right. Yeah, I guess it would be down the middle of his, trying to slash top down.
Okay. Just to let you know who you're dealing with. This is the guy.
Ugh.
He's not wearing the hat because you woke him up from his rest. Okay, so you grab the thing and your move is to go overhand, top down.
Yeah.
He is currently unarmed. So this is a saving throw, and in this case, it's actually strength because the thing you grab is pretty heavy. So this is a saving throw with strength to just land a blow on him.
All right.
So that's good. He looks happy. He is happy.
What'd you
Oh
get?
god, it's okay. It's a 5.
Okay. You get to mark strength.
Yeah, because if I spent luck, can I spend 2 luck or how do I?
You can't spend
No.
2 luck.
Oh,
So you pull this, this unexpectedly heavy thing, you pull it out, and it's actually like a mace with like a pretty big head on it. So you like, "Ugh!" and you get it up like this, and you're just about to bring it down, and he steps aside, and the mace goes and hits the bottom of the wagon, and he shouts to the white ones. He says, in the common tongue, he shouts, "Kill them!" But when he says them, he says, "Kill them!" And he takes a step back, and he looks a little confused for a second.
Yeah.
Does he have like green stuff like dripping out of his mouth?
Yeah, sure. There's a little fleck of greenish spittle on his mouth, and he kind of like shakes his head for a second.
Frog poison.
Taimi, you're weaponless, but you're actually still able to move.
Taimi like remembers that feeling of being compelled. Like she knows that this just didn't slip out of her hands. And she's going to, can she pick up her weapon?
No. It's like not only have you dropped it, but like you realize that you can't even go to pick it up. It's like you may not hold that weapon.
I'm just trying to like get an accurate picture of like how Tiny is feeling so that I can be resentful about it later. Like, is it like I have the thought, I need a weapon. I've got to pick up a weapon and I can't accomplish it. My body won't do it. Or does the thought I need a weapon not even like, am I incapable of even thinking like I should have a weapon in my hands?
No. Of course, your instinct as a hunter is, of course, to do that. Great question. So you think, what you think is, I need that weapon I just dropped, and then you think, oh, I'm not allowed.
Oh,
It's like the feeling of like a parent. It's like a parent has prohibited you from doing something, and you're just not allowed to pick up that weapon.
oh
Like
that's terrible.
Yeah, it's not a good.
Like a subjugated feeling.
It's like an emotional feeling. It's not like a physical restraint. It's like I am not permitted. Some higher power is not permitting you to pick up that thing.
Then I'm just gonna like totally just start like raging on that guy who I just stunned.
With your bare hands, they're not going to get through the armor.
I can't.
That doesn't matter to you. You just. I mean, you can. Yeah, you can. Sorry, you can describe. I mean, if you're literally just going to do this, it's not going to.
Well, like I mean, I'm trying to think about like what makes them immune. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think whether Taimi is smart enough to even have this thought process. Like they're immune. Is it through training, or is it because they have these like helmets? Like, I'm going to attempt to make the leap of logic that these helmets are somehow giving them, because especially if I notice that the word keeper was also frozen. That's the only difference I see here. Do you think does that sound reasonable to people that that's like a leap, not a terrible leap of logic for Taimi to make?
Well, what's Taimi's intelligence?
It's a big fat 9.
That's not I think you can totally make that leap.
Okay, then I'm going to try to take off this guy's helmet.
You're going to take off his helmet. I mean, that's going to be a strength struggle. Yeah, I don't think dexterity is going to get you out of that one. Okay.
That's okay. I still got.
So he's got his sword. You just. Oh wait, he's stunned. You can. Yeah, he's stunned. Sorry, you don't have to make a strength. So you successfully stunned him. You can just move, grab, reach down, and hoist it off. I forgot that he was stunned.
And I'm gonna put it on.
So you haul off the helmet and plant it on your head. He's about to recover. Paiviki, you managed to do that. You sense that his attention, there's several things competing for his attention, but he is, you sense his consciousness sort of directed in your direction as well. You feel where your hand went into the mud, where your hand was already in the mud when you reached into the weave. You actually feel that hand can move, but just that hand.
Now the hand ordered them to kill us. Has anybody taken him up on it?
The guy you stand is, and from your position, you don't see anybody reacting to that. You can't really see. The only active guy in sight right now is this one on Taimi's side of the wagon, right? This guy over here.
Can I see the map again? I can't see it.
Oh, did I not? Sorry. I
All right.
thought I shared it. Let's see here. Is that showing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy over here.
Yeah. So what's he? Is he? I guess I can't see
You
what
can't
he's
see
doing.
him. No.
Okay.
So for you, from where you are, you don't. Yeah. You don't see anybody moving to kill anybody.
Yeah. So
You do notice a couple of the villagers, like one of them, their arm moves a little bit. You see little signs of movement amongst the villagers.
yeah. I'm wanting to I want to use Weave of Force to capture his voice and make it so it doesn't reach anybody.
Like to muffle it? To like hold it?
I
Or
think
you
that
mean as he speaks the words, you're gonna...
as he speaks, the words are gonna like get grabbed by like the spirits of sound and
Okay.
carried away.
Okay, great.
So it's almost like you might hear like a little, and then it would just get pulled away, and taken, like grabbed and taken. If you could see the spirits, which I guess Paiviki somewhat can, then they would be like flying in and grabbing the words and pulling them away.
Okay, great.
Taking them off and like chucking them somewhere far away. Maybe it would affect a bird or something somewhere else.
Okay, so yeah, you can just see his head over the edge of the wagon, and he's turned his attention now to Muirin. And we'll make this the last roll of the night because it's 11:30 now.
Okay.
So you're going to cast that spell as he's about to command Muirin. And that is, let's see, he's near, that's 1. Single target is 0. That's a lot to get him to, I mean, that's 4 power to get him to not be able to speak that word. I would say the reason is because he himself is a powerful person, right?
Uh-huh.
That's why it's so
Okay.
difficult.
All right. We'll try it. I rolled an 8 + 2, 10.
Okay.
Lucky.
So he turns to Muirin, and Muirin, you're standing there. The mace has just hit the ground, and you're looking up at him. And he turns to you, and he goes, and you hear like a, no! And something like, and he literally like looks up in confusion, and a little more of the green stuff drips out of his mouth. And he sort of at this point he'd sort of staggered back against the remaining wall of the wagon. And we'll call it there.
Wow. That's good magic.
Epic.
I was thinking
And-
about that one the last few weeks. This was like
Thinking about a way to stop him. You mean how to like
a way to stop him. Yeah.
And I love that like Taimi has just put on the helmet.
Yeah, I know.
When
I'll get a chance
she
to
looks up.
try it at some point.
It
What's
worked.
that? It worked though, because
Yeah.
you look up and
It works.
he says something that you. So
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. Time totally thinks it works.
It worked. You can't hear anything inside there that he says.
All right, so real quick, we will wrap up. Mark XP if you solve the problem with physical prowess fighters. Definitely. Mark XP if you solve the problem with stealth or trickery. Definitely, with the jamming of the stuff into his mouth. It's only just now starting to take effect, but it is helping. Traits, starting with Weirin. Not ruthless.
I know. I shouldn't take any.
But what else? What else you got besides ruthless?
Respectful, focused. I don't feel like I should take it.
Oh, sorry. You definitely get focused
Yeah, definitely focused.
because you even said like I'm going to follow through on my promise to.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but you. Yeah, you definitely get focused. Yep, for sure.
Right.
Timing.
The only argument I can make was for irritable. Because I was so grumpy, or maybe curious because I wanted to take his helmet.
Hey, sure. I think between those two for sure.
I think Viveki was pretty bold when she threw her sword and her spear and shield away, and
and went mano a mano with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Great. Alignment goals. There's definitely chaos being wreaked amongst the forces of order here. If anybody can take that. Is the opposite happening? No, I would say. I mean, even though this act is one that ultimately may bring law to the region, your local lawfulness, I don't think in this action it is creating that. I mean, in the melee that has occurred. Is it just lawful and chaotic? Is there somebody who's neutral?
I'm neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, stay above the fray or improve your personal position. Didn't really happen.
No.
Did you make an exciting discovery? Last time you discovered that the voice works. Exciting discovery.
The helmets work. That's the discovery.
That's
Helmet works.
Tiny gets experience for that. Trying to think if there's any. I mean, he can freeze a bunch of people at one time.
Yeah, make them drop weapons.
I think that counts. You guys get XP for that. Did you overcome a difficult obstacle as a group? I don't know if this obstacle is quite overcome yet. Right? Unless I'm happy to hear other arguments.
No.
Did you acquire some memorable booty? I mean, Weirin does have this guy's mace. You did lay your hands on
For now.
his mace.
It's not as acquired, I think.
Okay. All right. Great. All right.
Ground score. I touched it last.
You what?
It was a ground score. I touched it last. I just leveled up.
Oh, wow.
All right. What does that bring you to?
Level 6.
Awesome.
Wow, level 6.
Where are you guys at?
Level 5, 4.
No, look at your sheet.
You got to be level 5, but how much further to go?
Yeah, I think we're level 5. I'm at 92 out of 105 XP.
Okay.
And I'm at 95.
Okay. All right, so that means Paviki gets a new move.
I'm surprised that you guys are so different than me. I've just been marking off this little thing here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it must just be like an accumulation of like, 1 or 2 rolls a session or something. Or, there's tons of sessions where I wasn't taking character trait XP.
That's
I mean,
true.
I'm sure that adds up.
Right. But you're 10 behind me now?
Ish,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, and then I'm 3 behind that.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page in terms of like where we started. But we were leveling up at the same time earlier.
Or close to it, but within a couple of points.
Within a couple points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gap may have just increased, especially because each time you level up, there's a bigger span, right? So
Yeah.
at the end, through over the course of being level 5, if in a given session you made on average like a point
Right.
more than either one of them, then by the end.
Okay. All right. I blame it on having bold as a trait.
Yeah, that is helpful. So John, when you level up 1 level in both of your classes, right? So you become a level 6 fighter and a level 2 or 3 magic user?
3 magic user.
The downside of multi-classing?
The downside is that, when you take the multi-class move, the downside is that his hit die is now a D6, I believe. And his luck that he regains now, he regains 3 luck instead of 6 luck. So it's equal to his lowest level, the luck that he regains each.
Okay.
And I'm playing around with, I'm thinking about having the XP gain being like giving you points for XP for both magic user and fighter things, right? You can get a XP for both of those things. Right now it's just you have to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm weighing that against actually cutting the XP award in half at the end of the session, which actually does not end to be, it's not like a huge loss, but like that's something I'm weighing right now is like how to balance the multi-classing properly.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to say anything about like you being overpowered. I'm just wondering why, like, does that mean that someone, because even just 1 level of it, you get, a bunch of moves. It's not just 1 move, you get a ton of starting moves. So like if someone was a level 1 thief, cleric, fighter, wizard, they'd have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I was expecting that I was only going to level by either a magic user or fighter. So the way I was imagining it, I had basically stalled out on my fighter leveling, so that I wouldn't get all this extra metal at least. But I'm happy to do whatever you want to try.
I at this point, I definitely want both levels to go up at the same time.
Okay.
And that's why I'm weighing the whole XP. So how much XP did you get this session?
3.
So the rule I'm thinking about is half XP rounded up. So you would have gotten 2. So that would slow you down a little bit. So even if you got a point for fighter, but you could have also gotten a point for magic user because you did the XP trigger for magic user. That would have given you 4, but you still would have just gained 2 because that would be half. So that's the kind of trade-off I'm thinking about. Yeah, so your hit die has gone down a notch. That's not going to make a major, those are just random rolls anyway, so that's not major. So it's mainly like slowing the XP thing. And when you get to an even level, now you have to decide, do you want a magic user move or a fight
Right.
move? Right.
So is that where we're at, the advanced move?
Yes, you're at even numbered level. So see, when you went to, yeah, so you get to choose an advanced move.
And no hit point, right?
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so you could take, the only way you could multi-class in more than one is, you have to take it on an even numbered level. And I rewrote the multi-class move, so it's just one generic move now. It's not these separate little categories, which I really liked. But so there's one multi-class move that you can take at any even level, and you have to sort of justify it in the fiction that, and Paiviki had definitely done the work to become a magic user. Yeah, that's one of the kind of more complicated questions. I don't want it to be all like fiddly, right? I want to try to keep it pretty straightforward, which is why, so I'm still kind of working on that part.
So, and you're saying that multi-class would take half XP like across the.
At the end of the session, yeah.
I don't know if that's fair. Like, so he's going to gain XP slower than us. It's going to take him longer to get to level 7.
Yeah. The idea being that he's going up, when he does level, he bumps up both and he gets more metal and more power. So that's the thing, is it kind of like spread out a little bit. I mean, in this case, he would have earned one less experience point than he had otherwise. But in other sessions, longer sessions, that might be a bigger hit, right? Like, the most you could get multi-class.
And I guess like, so the trade-off really is you get more metal, more power, a lower hit dice, and you're going to be refilling luck a lot less, half as less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I've been multi-classing for 3 levels now, so that would have put me, if I had started doing that at the beginning, I'd be at level 4.5, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if extra metal and power, maybe power, but definitely not metal, is worth that big of an XP hit.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you don't want it to feel like a drag to be multi-classing, right?
Right.
You want to be like, aw.
It's definitely powerful.
Yeah.
But if you have to advance twice as slow, like on something like a magic user, it's already seemed kind of slow to be able to get powerful enough to do much.
Yeah.
So it might seem like it would take forever, like many sessions, to be able to gain enough experience. Of course, if you're multi-classing as like a thief, you're suddenly going to get this whole gamut of skills. So it would definitely be worth it. But
anyway, we could sidebar about this. I think that we all have like good thoughts on this.
Yeah. And your input is greatly appreciated, because that's one of the things I'm wrestling with right now. Is that
should I take that experience and level up, or should I wait?
Yeah. Let's just keep it the way we've been doing it, for sure. Let's just keep it the way we've been doing it, and then we'll see how that goes. And I can use that as a point of comparison. We in my other game, we have we're trying out the Bard class for the first time.
Ooh.
There's the first set of base classes, and then the advanced classes are like Bard, Ranger, the classic old school ones. But the Bard's been really fun in play so far. Wow. I usually hate Bards.
Yeah.
Jon, you've watched those sessions, right? Like, have you gotten to the part where the Bard is the haunted mansion one?
I only watched the first 2. I haven't gotten around to watching the rest. I've been excited to watch it, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it gets to the point where he's actually like making up songs and sort of singing them while we're playing, which is really hilarious. It could be really annoying, but he's very funny.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, y'all.
I'm gonna put you all.
It's great to see y'all. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Miss you guys.
Miss ya.
Too. Bye.
Bye.